Breaking news alert.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell is set to be fired by President Donald Trump. In this video, we'll be explaining everything you need to know. To add a bit more context and framework to this particular video, I should let you know a few things. First of all, I am filming this on July 16th, midday, where the stock market is absolutely puking on the rumors that President Donald Trump is going to be firing the Fed Chair Jerome Powell. As of the moment that I'm filming this, it's not a done deal, and as you're about to see in this video, there's a couple things that might happen that make it not a done deal, or by the time you're watching this, maybe he is legit fired. The other thing you need to know is that this has been brewing for a while. For months now, we know that the President Donald Trump has been telling Jerome Powell he should be lowering rates. Now, depending on the side of the aisle you're on, you're either going to agree with that or disagree with that, but this has been going on for a while, and now we're basically seeing a breakup of the bromance of the two men. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Obviously, I'll tell you better in a couple weeks, in a couple months. This was back in June. Trump calls Fed Chair Powell stupid and political after latest decision not to cut rates. We have no inflation, we only have success. So this has been going on for a while. There's a good chance that you've been seeing this rhetoric. Recently, it picked up in intensity a little bit. Two Kevins battle to be the next Fed in Trump's apprentice-style contest. Kevin Hassett emerges as contender to succeed Jerome Powell, posing possible threat to Kevin Warsh. So that was more in early July, but like I said, it's slowly but surely been building up, and then that actually leads us to this morning. Hassett grabs pole position in race to be Trump's new Fed chair. Now I want to be clear, all these stories were being reported by legit large stream media, and then that brings us into what was happening in the Twitter sphere as things really started to pick up. Representative Anna Luna, Jerome Powell is going to be fired. Firing is imminent. That came out the night of July 15th, and then that leads us to this morning where, according to White House officials, Trump likely to fire Powell soon, and it just piled on from there. White House official says President Trump is likely to fire Fed Chair Jerome Powell, and that was all in the Twitter sphere, and then it started to get real crazy when mainstream media once again picked up this story. Breaking. Trump is likely to fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell soon, as White House official has said, and discussed the possible move in a meeting with congressional Republicans on Tuesday night. But they also clarify not a final decision. So I just want to make this very clear. At the point that you're watching this, it is not a final decision, but it's also not just Bloomberg. Check this out, CBS. Trump asked GOP lawmakers if he should fire Fed Chair Jerome Powell, and then even the New York Times brought it up. Trump has drafted a letter to fire Fed Chair Jerome Powell and asked Republicans if he should. The president waved a copy of a draft of a letter of firing Jerome H. Powell at a meeting in the Oval Office with House Republicans. It remains to be seen whether he follows through with the threat. So at this point, that's what we know as of now. Is it a done deal? No, but also there's a fair argument of where there's smoke, there's fire. The second part is does the market like it? Do people like this? Well, I'm showing you the intraday graph of the S&P 500, and I'm going to give you a sneaky suspicion of where this was announced. I'm going to say 11:15. I mean, look at what happened in the 1 minute. We just started puking, and then obviously if you want to look at volatility right here, absolutely spiking in the short term, and obviously we're going to know more as more time passes. In the short term, the market is not happy about this potential, and I'm saying that because all of a sudden, if they're like, nope, we're actually not going to fire him, well, the market's going to bounce all the way back. If it becomes a dumb deal, well, then it actually might puke even more. We're going to find out. That brings us to the second question of, can President Trump actually fire the Fed? This is going to be a really tricky thing, and I should clarify, I'm obviously not a lawyer, so you might want to consult whoever your favorite lawyer is, but from everything I can understand, if he can actually fire the Fed, it's going to take a while, to the point that it might get caught up in the court system for so long that he would actually be at the end of his tenure anyway. Once again, not a lawyer, but I do want to let you know there is very much a gray area argument of, could Trump actually even fire Fed Chair Powell? So that's the second thing. And then this brings us to the third thing of, is this good anyway? There's a lot of people who respect Powell and think that he represents a lot of stability and he should stay there for really the stability of the dollar, for the monetary policy system. And then obviously there's a lot of people who think, no, he's not doing the right job. We need him out of there, and we need him out of there yesterday. And it's with respect to that third point that I have a question for all of you. Do you think this is a smart move? Do you agree that Trump should fire Powell, and that's going to be better for everyone if he technically can fire him? Obviously, we're going to let the lawyers fight that one out. Or do you think that this is a massive misstep, and in fact, Trump should not fire Powell, and really he's representing a lot of stability, and you don't want to see that stability disappear? Obviously, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. I know it's going to be a little bit of a battlefield there, but I'm very excited to see your thoughts and really where the idea of the entire audience is at. So once again, let me know in a comment below. That's what I have for you now. I'll catch you in the next one. Best of luck in the markets. Peace.